Greetings, strange travelers. This is Hephaestus over at Strange Earth UO. We are open and looking for players, veterans, newbies, all of the above. Our Shard welcomes you. This tutorial today is going to cover how to get started. I do have a wiki on it, but it's not as fun as just hanging out with me with a quick little video. So first thing I would recommend is going over to strange-earth.com, and it will land you on this little brochure page. Nothing too crazy, just shows a couple screenshots, but you're going to scroll down. What you're looking for is the Strange Wiki button. This page will then take you over to our wiki, which is just full of all kinds of awesome stuff. Like, for example, if you want to see our features, just type in a couple things like FE, and you can just tons and tons of information, plethora. But anyways, we want to go back to the main page. What we're looking for is how to connect. On the left hand side, when you click on that, what we're looking for is the visit and download. This will take you over to our Google download, where you can then get a copy of the files. Now, we offer a lot more than just the files themselves. For example, when you download it, it's going to come in a zip. Those that are not familiar with zips, you can right click on it and do the extract all, and you would just get a little wizard tutorial. You would follow it and it would dump it right into the same folder that we're in. So that's kind of what happened here. But you can also double click on it and drag and drop it to your desktop or a folder of your choice. It's just up to you how you'd like to proceed. But anyways, once you have the bundle opened, you're going to get a plethora of information in here. Images, I'm going to skip past that. That's just the images used in the patcher over here. Plugins, this is the bread and butter for those that like to run scripts. You can see that we have Classic Assist, Razor Enhance, and Razor, all our custom content. So without this, or if you change this name, it will cause issues with the client as well as the client patcher. So we're going to run through the client patcher real quick. When you double click on it for the first time, you'll get a Windows Protect Your PC warning. Just click on more information and run anyways. That's just because this is a community project and we don't have the funds to purchase that certificate. Now, you won't see this in the latest patcher because I do have this already published, but if you do have the older one, you will get a pop-up notification saying that a new version has been found. Would you like to proceed? Yes or no? So we're just going to click on yes. On my other screen, you can't see it. I just get a little user access control asking if I want to continue. It just says fetch latest patch. I'm going to click yes. Let me bring it over here. Perhaps I can show you what the loading looks like. This is going online. It's finding the latest version of this guy here and replacing it. So here's the final message. A new patcher has been successfully retrieved. Press OK to continue. Now we should actually see what the patcher looks like here. There we go. Now I am running ClassicUO, or the client on the other screen. So this does tell you that there will be conflicts if you're running UO, but you can still click OK to kind of get a feel for everything. But again, it is best to run this patch while UO is closed. By default, the system or the script, the patcher here that we ran, that's this window here, does look for that custom folder for UO files. If it can't find it, or if you have it located somewhere else, you can do browse folders and then you can go locate it. Alright, so after the client patcher completes, it will throw you into the TazUO since we had that bubbled. But if you run it a second time with the version 3.5 or newer, it will start looking for updates from Taz. So in this case, it found that there is a new version and wants to know if we can upgrade. So I'm going to go ahead and choose yes. Get a little progress and enjoy the new features. So nothing crazy there. Patch and play. So since we just got through the patcher and relaunched this, it's going to go real fast, and now it's launched it on my other monitor, so I'll slide it over. And here it wants us to select a profile. Well, it gives us a default one, but this one really doesn't do anything. So instead we're going to go to Edit Profiles. You're going to get another pop-up when you do that. And basically it's this profile editor. Here you can see that one that we just saw, that random name. It doesn't really have anything in here, but we can hijack it, or we can do a new one. I recommend doing a new one, so I'm just going to hit delete. You can do blank, or you can click new, doesn't matter, either one, and then you can start typing. So in this case, we want to change the name to be more logical, so we're just going to do UOSE. Don't need account name or password, but we do need the connection info. So let's do strangeearth.com. You need to make sure you have that hyphen there in the middle. Leave the default port. We do need to locate the UO directory. We know already that that is in the games directory, UO UOSE client bundle, and then here we have our UO files. So I'm just going to go ahead and select that. We're going to hit save so we don't lose our progress, but we're going to go back to it by clicking it on the left, and then now we can go to plugins. So here it just says that we're running the latest version of TazUO, and the older versions of plugins may give you a hard time. I'll make a separate video on how to get the classic Razor to work, but right off the bat though, the standard Razor will work just fine. So it does want us to browse to that folder, so I want to click add. It gives us the File Explorer again to look for it, and I already know from making this bundle here that there's a folder called plugins. So if we click on plugins, we can then go to Razor Enhanced. There's also Classic Assist if you like that plugin as well. We're going to scroll down until we see the Razor executable. So we have it here. We can click open, and now it says it's there. We're going to hit save, and we can close. Now when we choose the drop down, we have our new profile that we just created. We're going to click on that so it's selected and targeted, and we're going to hit play. Give it a few seconds. Should get a pop-up here. Looking out on my other monitors, where is it? I'll do it again for extra credit. Alright, so here it is. Got the pop-up, and because I did it twice, I actually got a second one, but I'm just going to go ahead and cancel that. So here is the login window. We're going to turn that off. We don't need the music. The initial login for the account and password is something that you get to create on the fly, but after you're logged in for the first time, it's going to ask you to register. Stick around as we're going to have another video on setting up your first account. If you liked what you saw today, or you want to see more UO content, be sure to hit that like and subscribe. Until our next epic hangout, just want to wish everybody some safe adventuring.